I'm Professor Balra, and you're watching a Phasmophobia how-to series. Today we'll be discussing the basics of Phasmophobia quite extensively. If you're brand new to Phasmophobia, or have already started and would like a more comprehensive breakdown of the game, or if you're a returning player looking to re-familiarize yourself with the game, you're in the right place. Today we'll be discussing the overall game objectives, how to achieve them, basic tools, what each tool is used for, and how to use them effectively. The game is comprised of 3 primary objectives. The first objective is to collect 3 pieces of evidence with the tools detailed in this video. The second objective is to identify the ghost from the evidence collected. The third objective is to escape alive, but since we're on training mode, we don't need to worry about this. Optional objectives include any objective listed on the van's whiteboard. These can also be found in the Overview tab of your journal. Other objectives include collecting as many high-quality evidence photos as possible for money, but we won't cover these in depth in this video. The best way to acclimatize to the basic equipment without the pressure of an angry ghost is through the training program. You can access this at the start menu to get started. I'd recommend playing through a few training sessions until you're confident with the controls. At this stage, you're likely already familiar with the movement keys. I won't inundate you by explaining all of the controls listed here, but you will need to familiarize yourself with the rest of the controls on your own time. The time you have to set up for investigation varies by difficulty. Amateur difficulty allows you 5 minutes to set up. Intermediate difficulty allows you 2 minutes and 30 seconds to set up. But professional and nightmare difficulty allow you no time to set up and throw you right into it. In addition to this, the average sanity and ghost activity screen normally available to you are broken and inaccessible on nightmare difficulty. But since we're in training, we have as long as we like. For the training session, the ghost has already been located for us, so we can move on to the basic tools we'll be working with. By default, you are provided with a basic set of starter tools needed to collect the evidence necessary for ghost identification. These tools will always be available to you, no matter what. As you earn money from jobs, you can add to your pre-existing tools, as well as purchase optional ones that will make your job easier. But we won't cover the optional tools in this video. For the first step, we are asked to set up a video camera inside the ghost's room and then watch the CCTV footage from the truck to catch ghost orbs. Don't worry if you don't see any, not every ghost will give ghost orb evidence. The first tool we should grab is our flashlight. The lights aren't always guaranteed to be on or stay on, so it's best to be prepared for when the lights go out. You can turn the flashlight on with the T key or by clicking the right mouse button. Next we should grab our video camera. This turns on by itself once you exit the van. Clicking the right mouse button will toggle night vision on instead. Night vision is exceptionally helpful in spotting ghost orbs and ghost silhouettes. A distorted camera image is a sure sign that a ghost is manifested somewhere. To place the camera, you can rotate it with the left mouse button and place it with the F key. It looks like our ghost is glad to show off for us by tripping the car alarm. Let me show you how to turn it off. Any house with a car parked in the garage is likely to have a key located somewhere. We'll need to find that key in order to turn it off. Ah, here it is. Now to stop all that racket. All you need to do is left-click the vehicle, and it's turned off. Now, let's get back to ghost hunting. You can view the CCTV footage from inside a van on the monitor screen. You can switch between the active cameras by clicking the mouse, and you can toggle night vision by simply clicking the keyboard. We can't see any ghost orbs yet, but it's rather bright, so let's turn the lights off to see if we've missed any. Even with the lights off, there's no clear indication of ghost orbs. Let's look for the next type of evidence. For the next step, we've been requested to place a journal for possible ghostwriting evidence. Let us fetch it from the van. The ghostwriting journal is possibly the most straightforward tool to acquire evidence from, as there is little more to it except to place it in the ghost room and check it from time to time. We'll place the journal with F and move on to the next step while we wait for writing. In the next step, we are requested to fetch the spirit box and question the ghost in its room with the lights out with questions like, where are you? Are you here? Are you friendly? How old are you? Bear in mind that in order to receive a response on the spirit box, the lights must be turned off in the room you are in, and you must either be in the same room with the ghost or, if not in the same room, then within 3 meters of the ghost. The ghost's interaction with the spirit box is contingent upon its personality as stipulated by the whiteboard. If the whiteboard says the ghost only responds to those who are alone, then you won't receive a response unless you are alone. If all former conditions are met, the ghost has a 66% chance to respond any time a question is asked. Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? You can also drop the spirit box while it is on with the G key. If the ghost is nearby, there is a chance that it will interact with the spirit box once every 10 seconds, so long as the player is within range of the box to ask questions and hear responses. In the next step, we are requested to check for freezing temperatures. This is probably one of the easiest evidences you'll collect, as it doesn't take long to find. Areas with a temperature lower than 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit will cause the breath of the player standing in the area to become visible to everyone. If you can see your breath in this way, then you can count it as freezing temperatures. In the next step, we are requested to fetch the UV torch to scan any surfaces or objects the ghost may have interacted with. This includes, but is not limited to, doors, light switches, windows, and so on. The UV torch can also reveal optional footprint evidence, but we won't cover that in this video. In the next step, we are requested to fetch the EMF Reader to monitor the area for paranormal activity. Anytime ghost activity occurs, the EMF will light up according to the activity's corresponding number and color. While nothing occurs, the EMF remains at level 1 on blue by default. A ghost interaction registers as an EMF level 2 on green. An object thrown registers as an EMF level 3 on yellow, and a ghost manifestation registers as an EMF level 4 on orange. If the ghost has an EMF level 5 as an evidence, there is a 25% chance that it will register as an EMF level 5 on red. You may notice that you can also see these corresponding activity levels from the activity meter in the van, but be careful, as there's a 1-second delay in these readings, and those readings may be misleading. For more details on this, you can check out Psycho's video on EMF readings. Check out the links in the description below for a link to his video. In the next step, we are requested to fetch the DOTS projector to watch for any ghost silhouette passing through. Any silhouette can be seen in plain sight except the Goryo. In the case of the Goryo, the silhouette is visible only through a video camera. Since we already have our 3 evidences, we know that we won't be getting DOTS evidence. Now we can move on to the last step of our ghost hunt. With all 3 evidences, we should be able to accurately identify the ghost to finish the job. Let's head back to the van to review our evidence, shall we? Taking our first look at the journal, it has been conveniently organized by tabs to quickly switch to whichever section we need to look at. Following the index, we can find the Items tab. This is where you can read about cursed items and ghost hunting evidence. The Overview tab gives us a quick reference for the information and objectives relevant to the case. The Photos tab is where you will find all of your photos taken and how many stars there were. We'll cover photos in another video. The Ghosts tab is a helpful place to read about types of ghosts and what evidence to expect from each type. Finally, we have our Evidence tab. Here we can check the evidences we've gathered or strike out evidences we didn't get. This can be a priceless tool when you're having great difficulty getting that EMF 5 or spirit box response. Based on the evidences we've recorded, we can ascertain that we are dealing with a jinn. Simply click the ghost type in your Evidence tab and we're all set to go. That concludes our Phasmophobia lesson. You should be all set to strike out on your own now. If there's anything I should cover, leave a comment in the section below. Of course, if you'd like to see more lessons like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next lesson.
We dance.